Oh, are we back? Hello. Okay, I restarted everything, so hopefully everything works now. Okay, so we're just gonna carry on. Next paper is dietary and nutritional approaches for prevention management of type 2 diabetes. So let's just go through that. Okay. Okay, whatever. Diabetes is one of the biggest global problems. 629 million, jeez, by 2045. See, diet is the leading contributor to morbidity and mortality. See, just eat well and you'll be healthy. The idea of being on a chronic lifelong condition is enough to put many people off, as knowing that eating and maintaining up to pounds are challenging. Yeah, so basically what they're saying is that here doctors aren't really educated or have the time to inform patients about nutrition and the benefits of them. Low fat many systemic reviews, blah blah blah. Understanding of healthy. First, understanding of healthy eating for the prevention management has largely been derived from long-term prospective studies and limited evidence from randomized controlled trials in general populations, supplemented by evidence from people with type 2 diabetes. So, many problems guys elsewhere like with different forms of evidence evaluating consistency across multiple study designs, blah blah blah. Secondly, design recommended dietary advice for both prevention and management of type 2 disease should be converge, and they should not be treated as different entities. However, in those types with degree of glycemic control and type of diabetes medication should be considered. Okay, yeah, whatever. Areas of diet. Okay, weight loss is a link to improvements glycemia. Yeah, obviously, if you're overweight with type 2 diabetes, I think the primary concern should be losing that weight. More is kind of preventing weight loss as well, and evidence. Yeah, so here, promoting foods of intake of all of these. Yeah, we could kind of disagree with that. Dairy products don't really need them, but if you're moving from a full fat diet and kind of you're trying to implement these, obviously dairy products are quite good. Now fruit intake is a bit divided because obviously fruit has sugar, so giving diabetics more sugar. But then you've got the potential benefits of fruits, so yeah. Nuts may help. Okay. Yeah. Nuts may help the prevention of type 2 diabetes mellitus. Yes, obviously you want to avoid these processed red meats, refined grain sugars, sweeteners especially. prevention and management. Firstly, for unprecedented signals increasing the relevance of carbohydrate quality. That is, that whole grains and fiber are better choices than refined grains and fiber. So basically, instead of cereal, have oats, and instead of white rice, have brown rice or wholemeal pasta. Diets have a higher glycemic index and load associated with increased risk. Blah blah blah. So uncertainty. One of the most concerning things about management have been on the best macro-range composition diets. I'm going to also advise. Yeah, so as you remember from the introduction lecture with the carbs, you can obviously have different amounts of these carbs, proteins, and fats from different quantities here. Evidence from trials points to potentially greater benefits from a low carb diet than a low fat diet, but the difference in weight loss between diets is modest. Secondly, a comparison of named diet products with different macronutrient composition highlighted that the critical factor in effectiveness for weight loss was the level of adherence to the diet over time. Yeah, so basically the same as with going to the gym. Obviously, if you just change your diet, nothing will happen the next day. It's about that long time commitment to diet. Long time commitment. Thirdly, quality of diet and low carbohydrate or low fat is important. Cool. Research during weight is complete about the use of different definitions for different macronutrient approach. For instance, the definition of low carb diet has been ranged from 4 daily intake from carbohydrate to 40. Fish. So fish, yeah, it's seen that fish is recommended for reducing cardiovascular risk, but fish intake has different association with the risk of developing type 2 diabetes across the world. So obviously fish has those omegas which are beneficial to us, but again, I see it can also increase the risk of diabetes. Increases risk of type 2, but are seen. But it's mainly when you see fish declining the risk of coronary heart disease, mainly because you're comparing it to someone's normal meat diet, and obviously fish is better than just eating loads of red meat. So yeah. So and obviously, yeah, it depends what fish you get. So if they're in a fish farm where they fed loads of kind of toxins and that, then obviously they're not the best for you. And also here, that's how you cook that makes a difference, I see. Should be good pressure. Should be more evidence needed. More needed. However, the current supports an increase in consumption of oily fish when we have diabetes because of its beneficial aspects of blood prevention. So that right now they're recommending fish intake just because of its effects in the depletion of kind of low density lipoproteins and the prevention of coronary heart disease. Again, these omega-3s. Yeah, we obviously don't. The issue with supplements is that they don't give you the full story, and you're missing all the phytochemicals that come from plants and that, unless it's B12, obviously. Dairy foods are encouraged for the prevention. Dairy foods encouraged for prevention. When's dairy products, just yogurt. Similar to population of recommendation for limiting, replacing them with foods high in saturated fats. Until replacing them with foods rich in polyunsaturated fats. Current advice for diabetes also favors low fat dairy products, but is debatable. Oils, uncertainty. It's all uncertainty about this paper. Obviously, we don't want to be using palm oil because we don't want to kill orangutans. However, other obviously extra virgin have been studying great deal of evidence of potential benefits of prevention. Okay. So potential protective ability of olive oil, and obviously cardiovascular disease, because obviously in the Mediterranean diet there's loads of that stuff. Yeah, we know it's difficult. Reversing. Lovely. What can you tell me about that? Type 2 diabetes, are we still good? Alright, so reversing type 2 diabetes. It's reversible and progressive after taking this but much. Boring remission through low calorie energy deficit diet. Rapid normalization of fasting plasma we have to break bariatric surgery. Okay. Fasting plasma glucose normalized within 7 days of low calorie. Actually, why am I even writing that down? So nuts may, let's just type this stuff up, may help the prevention of type 2 diabetes mellitus. Lovely stuff. Fuck. Help. You obviously need a long time commitment to see effects. Fish increases. Yeah, that should be fine. We've got that. Olive oil. We don't have that. Potential protective measures of olive oil in context of Mediterranean. That's definitely not how you spell it. Yeah, whatever. Diet. Then we've got fasting plasma glucose normalized within 7 days of low calorie diet. Okay, what else have we got? Metformin. Did someone drink for diet occur despite something? Okay, so they also, so metformin is a drug used for type 2 diabetes. Away being taken off metformin. And gradually over glucose stimulated glucose return to normal. Why was this considered local or composition of diet? High sugar protein may be surprising with the critical answer, but it's not what is eaten, but the gap between energy required and taken in because of the deficit body must be a previously stored energy. Intrahepatic fat is used first. and the 30% decrease in hepatic fat in the first 7 days appears sufficient to normalize the insulin sensitivity. So let's put that there so I can see it. So we've got 30% in the 30% decrease in hepatic fat deposits seem to be sufficient to normalize insulin sensitivity. Lovely. Addition, the hepatic fat content followed every 8 weeks and beta function improves. Yeah. Prevalence. Why is this so much? Okay, the prevalence of these changes were tested by a nutritional and behavioral approach to achieve long-term isocaloric eating after acute weight loss phase. It was successful in keeping weight steady over the next 6 months of the study. Calorie restriction was associated with both hepatic and pancreatic fat content remaining at low levels achieved. The initial remission of type 2 diabetes was closely associated with during diabetes, and the individuals with type 2 diabetes of shorter duration who achieved normal levels of blood glucose maintained normal physiology during the 6-month follow-up. Recently, 46% of UK primary care cohort remained free of diabetes at 1 year during a structural low-calorie weight loss program, the DIRECT trial. These results are convincing, and 4 years of follow-up are planned. Okay. Common criticisms of energy deficit research has been that very low calorie might not be achievable or sustainable. However, this may not be sustainable in the long term. Indeed, adherence to measure support. Yeah, I guess if they really want it, they'll keep on it. Bring the pancreas risk. Okay, and much more like to have a macular field. Okay, so potential risk of retinopathy if the levels fall too low during this treatment. Okay. Management or remission for a low carb diet. Before insulin was developed as a therapy, it was the main treatment. Of 11 trials, 8 were randomized and about half reported greater improvement in HbA1c. So obviously that's the long-term marker of blood sugar levels. Greater HB calorie reduction coincided with carbohydrate restriction levels, even though it was not often specified. So what they did is basically they reduced calories and carbs at the same time to see the effect. Highly controlled levels in patient feeding stage reported decline in mean over just 14 days in the low carb. It's not that much. For glycemia, other reviews evidence from randomized trials there's varying conclusions. Well, I don't care about variance conclusions. Apparently, higher protein content of low carb diets and renal function and okay. Evidence for various got diabetes with normal, mildly impaired renal function. Such O's are low cost, ready, available, and half long shore, and bus are more attractive people in the middle. They're just trying smack in this, aren't they? Have a concern. Right, anything else? Despite the challenges measuring the considerable progress being made. Yeah, I guess, but still a bit dead.